Chadwick Boseman embodied heroics, and his role as T'Challa in Black Panther, revolutionary for the millions who watched him on the big screen.
He's one of many inspiring superheroes.
I really like Black Panther because it kind of represents Black people also.
He was also a fighter off-screen, conscious of his role as a Black leading man.
We all know what it's like to be told that there is not a place for you to be featured. Yet you are young, gifted, and Black. We know what it's like to be the tail and not the head. We know what it's like to be beneath and not above.
The battle for representation in Hollywood and across all media is being waged by a generation of young audiences demanding change.
Why do you guys think it is important to have roles for characters that don't look like everybody else?
I think it's important to have role models and sort of abolish these stereotypes.
We interviewed students from across the country about how they feel Hollywood is representing minority voices.
I would say that my first aha moment would be when I was little and I watched Mulan. And it's just kind of mind-boggling that the first person that comes to my mind is an animated character.
I don't really think there's been a moment where I've seen my full self on TV or in a movie.
Sociologist Nancy Yoon studies representation in film and consults filmmakers on diversity and inclusion.
I think for young people especially, you can't be what you can't see. How am I going to know I can be a doctor if I've never seen anyone who looks like me? Or even superheroes, right? So even thinking of ourselves as heroes.
And when minorities are seen on screen, it's still largely in a negative light. A recent study found that gang member or thug roles are disproportionately played by Black actors.
For every additional hour of television watched, Black boys and girls and white girls, their self-esteems went down. But for white boys, their self-esteems went up.
An honest look the country is now taking.
Representation matters. TV and movies are a powerful way that shape the way we act and think.
Cementing Boseman's legacy as a real-life superhero in a decades-long fight to be seen, to be heard, and to be respected. Steve Patterson, NBC News, Hollywood.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.